Because, well, he's an idiot.
Yep. Okay, I just started recording. I'm waiting to see if you can actually see it.
There we go. Alright, it's going to YouTube. I'm still going to be muting the damn thing, though.
I wouldn't blame you. You don't want to keep hearing echo, echo, echo.
Pretty much. That would be great.
For anyone in the future wondering why we're taking our sweet ass time, it's because we feel like it. Plus, I want to make sure that he's in the proper position, and I want to do something quick because I got.
Is the video up already?
I'm live streaming it right now, so we're already a minute and like 15 seconds into it by the time I'm done talking.
Get it?
So I did send an invitation in. Did you find the video?
Oh yeah, I just found it on YouTube. I just went to my subscription from YouTube.
Alright, so you can see the screen?
Yep, because mine's it's turned down from minute to minute 40.
Alright. Okay, we're going to load this.
The top one that says 5 hours.
Okay, where I'm at, it says, I haven't picked up any cases lately. I better take a few on before Kyoko forces me. So we got 2 new cases have been added into our little adventure because, you know, how weird it is.
Oh, yay.
Okay, a wanted hacker, a game, a bug, and an imperial job difficulty. Oh, okay. This one we gotta do. My phone game was released, but there's a huge bug in it. Ah! Please help me. Okay. We're going to take this. Also, I should probably say this. Welcome to Let's Ignore.
Was this job request done by a girl? Because that's the only thing I can think of.
Nope. Game company employee. You're about to see him.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Bob. Damn it. It would have been funny if it was a girl.
No, it's just some guy who's an asshole to us. How long do you expect me to wait? I don't know. Fuck you. Welcome to the Let's Ignore series. We're going to ignore Digimon Cyber Sleuth Part 3, Chapter 3. There is possibly our friend possibly coming on here. I did send an invite to him twice. I know for right now he's playing GTA 5, so probably not going to see him. Last time, we took care of a man who was after other people's identities. And took care of him with ease, thanks to Ikakumon. And here's something, I love that.
Any game, if you overlevel your character, you're basically unbeatable.
Oh, our character wasn't
abridged. See, funny thing is, when your levels are bigger, you're pretty much invincible.
Pretty much. However, we were actually decently leveled. Not even a joke. We were decently leveled.
Yeah, and the stupid thing in my game, you can easily overlevel if you just go around killing things for the fun of it. Like, it's too easy to reach max level in the game. Even when the game first came out, it was people reached max level and got to the end of the game, and there was nothing at the end of the game.
Okay, Edison. I'm going to do something a little bit unique. See, we got an item a while ago inside the game called a memory up. This will increase the party's memory by 5. By hitting this, now we're allowed to hold a grand total of 25. For all the evolutions evolving to the champion form, we'll be able to have all 3 of them still on our team.
Cool.
Also, this area right here, also has Digimon we have not yet been in contact with. For instance, like Tokomon. Which is the cute little pink thing. Which...
That looks like a pink version of that one grass-type Pokemon. That basically looks like a freaking strawberry with leaves. You know the one I'm referring to, right?
Yes.
You know, the one that absorbs solar energy and is the stupidest, derpy-looking Pokemon in the world.
Alright. Edison, knowing the fact that you are indeed a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
So you do know... Yeah. So you do know about the new Star Trek show, right?
There are so many incarnations of the Star Trek show that it's hard to keep track.
The new TV series that is rumored to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
yeah, I haven't really paid much attention to it because I've been more focused on other things.
Yes, this is something... However, it sort of caught my eye, knowing the fact that when was the last time we actually did have a Star Trek series? When it first... I think the last one was released was the new movies, the remakes, if you will.
Yeah, those were the... Yeah, those were the films. There was the original Star Trek series and the movies that followed after that. Then Star Trek Next Generation, the movies that followed them. Star Trek Voyager and Deep Space Nine. Then Enterprise, which was supposed to be the, I guess you could say, prequel to all of the Star Trek stuff. Then there was the remake of the movies.
Oh! Oh! Here it is! Here it is! I'm waiting for 20 seconds for you. Can you see it?
Oh my god. One looks like a goddamn one looks like a goddamn freaking dark evil version of what you have on the
okay.
On the right.
You remember Digimon, the first movie where you saw Terriermon and then you saw Kokomon?
Yeah, I remember. And that's basically what we're fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one next to Terriermon is Kokomon's rookie form.
You need the gray one?
Yes. And we're gonna be here a very freaking long time until I get a 100% scan of this evil thing. Which is also a good thing, because then we can digivolve our Digimon. And Salamon's just acting cute again. Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, we're gonna be here a little while. Another thing that has been going around in my brain is what, like I mentioned before, I'm hoping one day me and you can do a Diablo free playthrough. But yeah. The thing that seems to have surprised me is that a lot of people say that well, not a lot of people, some people said, because just like you and I, we heard about the remake of Diablo 2.
Yeah, which it's a remastering, not a remake.
Yes, true. Remastering.
I will love. And I so hope it actually does come out on the PS1 console. I so hope it does.
Yes.
I don't care what console. I want it to come out.
From what I heard, it's going to be released on consoles. It's still going to be released on there. And in my opinion, it better.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, the console ones...
goddamn console.
The console ones did sell. They sold pretty well, apparently.
Yeah.
Which, even for myself, who's not the biggest hardcore...
like, I remember having the original Diablo... The first ever real PC game I ever played was Diablo 2. Then I'm like, okay, it's called 2. So if there's a 1, I need to get number 1. And I got number 1, and oh my god, I love number 1. I still have the disc and the expansion for Diablo 2. When I heard there was an expansion for Diablo 2, I was like, I gotta get it.
Yes,
And
and
I played it constantly.
I think that's what sort of makes it work out pretty well. Because on one side we have the game that we know that we gotta have. On the other hand, we have a genre which we know it's not going to truly work out to its full capabilities.
Yeah, and the only thing that I'm sad about is my Diablo 1 disc will not play on my laptop.
Well, yeah, now these days the old discs just don't work on them. It's
I'd have to get an old-fashioned computer.
Yeah, which is so odd. It's like, you know, how advanced technology has gotten to the point now where it just destroys the older stuff. It's like, we have this really old game.
I'm sure you could actually get a disc format. You could probably contact Blizzard and have them send you a full copy of the game that you could actually play. But that'd be too much of a hassle, and
it'd be a waste of money.
Well, not really.
No, I want you to think about it like in a standpoint.
If you want to have the full game series and the full collection and all that, like Diablo 1 and its expansion Hellfire, and then you
just
want
remake
Diablo 2
it.
and its expansion.
They'll probably just, if you know, Diablo 2 proves to be very successful.
I'd probably just request that they remake Diablo 1 and put it on console. Or just remake Diablo 1 and its expansion Hellfire, or have Hellfire included in the expansion.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they're gonna release Diablo 2 with all its content, see how well it does with the console sales, because you know people are probably gonna, who already have it on their PCs, either they're gonna just give them the updated version, like Bioshock did, for PC gamers. If they already had Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite, they were just given the HD versions, apparently. Which I think was actually smart, and because you don't see many companies willing to do that.
No, you don't. It's sad, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, now these days, game companies realize that YouTubing is now making more of an impact than anything. Like, are you gonna...
I mean, look at how many people use YouTube as a living.
Mm-hmm.
They need that YouTube income in order to actually live a
I don't think it's...
life.
They need to YouTubing advertising. Think about this. If I told you...
Yeah, and they also do Patreon too, which eventually I plan on doing.
Yeah.
I just gotta figure out what I want to really review. Because no one really watches Vanguard or any of that stuff, which is a piss off.
It's...
But, oh well.
It sort of like you gotta find your sort of groove. And for me, it's just playing for a game that I want to play and talking it over with friends. And thanks to that, I got four subscribers out of that. And that works. And people go, oh, 4's such a small number. And then I reply, it's better than 0.
Well, hell yeah.
It's good to have...
Better than 0, technically speaking.
Yes. And the truth is, people will enjoy someone talking over a game if they feel like they're having fun. Truth is, right now, I really just want to get Lopamon. That's Terrarimon's other evolution. Why want Lopamon? Why not? It's good to have such cool Digimon along the way. Yeah. Also knowing the fact that...
Digimon, it's easier to get a Digimon than it is to get a Pokemon, which is...
Oh yeah.
Really irritating, because all you have to do is scan the damn thing.
Yes. So... That's probably the most hilarious thing about that. I remember back in the 90s, Power Rangers versus Big Bad Beetleborgs. And then you also had, like, Pokemon versus Digimon. We had so many versus battles before versus battles were a thing. That
it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah. Like, who could say who would win a fight between Batman and Superman? That became a whole entire... numerous movie series.
And then there was the whole Goku versus Superman crap. Which, yeah, again, I do see why Goku would lose to Superman. In his universe, yeah, he's powerful. But that's in his universe. If Superman went to his universe, he would still be able to wreck everybody.
Yeah. Doesn't really surprise me, though. However, I don't like Superman.
It was a shock. They didn't know how to handle. A lot of people don't know how to handle that. It's like, holy shit.
Well, it's sort of like the fanboyism thing. That's sort of the best way to describe it. You know what's happening, but the truth is, do you really care? And the answer is...
Not everyone cares.
Exactly.
The answer is no, you don't care. It's just something for fanboys to bitch about for an hour.
Which is hilarious. It's sort of like when someone tells me, like, Pinkie Pie versus Starscream, I go, like, well, that's an unfair battle in a nutshell. Why? Starscream's programming for general. It's to target... target the Autobots. Autobots, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to fight the Autobots. But the sad thing about that is, he wasn't very good at that either. He's not a good battle strategist. In fact, I could probably come up with a 1,000 different battle strategies that would easily defeat the Autobots.
Go Giant Magnet.
Well, you would think that, but no. You find a source of dark energon, and put it into a gun that infuses the Autobots with its energy. There, you basically kill the Autobots. Just inject them with dark energon, and you win. Because the Autobots cannot handle dark energon, only the Decepticons, which is hilarious. You basically have to do that to win against the Autobots.
And yet, the series goes. The guy who's doing the Transformer films was Michael Bay, right?
Yep.
He wants to stop doing them.
Well, yeah, because he's not liked for them. He hates doing them.
Yeah, like apparently they just keep making money, and he's like, ugh. He despises it. Yeah. He hates it so much.
I sympathize with him. Honestly, I do. I sympathize with him.
I can understand why.
That pretty much effectively destroyed his career.
It's sort of like Kojima for Metal Gear Solid. He's gonna only be known for Metal Gear Solid. And when you're only known for one thing...
He's done other games.
And when you're only known for one thing, it hurts. Doug Walker, Nostalgia Critic, it's only known for the Nostalgia Critic character. For instance.
He also does have that one little weird TV show that they stopped because no one was actually watching it.
No one knew what the budget was on that, which sadly made it probably the worst thing possible.
It was basically the same budget as what you would think for, say, the original Scooby-Doo TV show.
Yeah. And when you finally got everything that you possibly needed, it didn't matter. Like, the truth is, when you work on the internet, you are now in one of the most stressful businesses out there. And I know some people probably see...
It is good to an extent, but
for instance,
at the same time,
it's hard.
It's a ruthless business.
Yeah. Because, the people that make you and break you is the viewers. It's the subscribers. It's the people always around.
Yeah.
Like,
there are ways to make a successful video.
For
one thing, put in the beginning of your video to like and subscribe where people just have to read it. You don't actually have to say those words.
Yeah. But you sort of say it because it's sort of the instinct.
Yeah.
Heck, I even tell people if they don't like the video, put a thumbs down. I say that because the truth is, I'd rather see that, oh, they didn't like this, oh, they didn't like that.
Yeah, before, what usually made or broke your videos was the comment section. If you got good comments, okay, that's great. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But it was the bad comments that really made a YouTuber a YouTuber. Back in the day.
Back in the day of 2009. Yeah. But now he's, for instance, Angry Joe is taking a 2-month vacation because there's not many games coming out in the summer.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And no, but here's the fan backlash. The fans were pissed because it meant 2 months of no angry reviews. Now,
he's done this before, though.
Yes, but he was
taking a hiatus.
Yes, but it wasn't for like 2 months. And the one thing that didn't really surprise me was the fact that there was going to be fan backlash. Fans were like, "This is bullshit. We should have more than this. We want more angry reviews." And the truth is, when you think the Angry Joe show, you don't think his movie reviews, you don't think of anything but the angry reviews. And sometimes they were not angry, but they were reviews. Now, just like someone doing professional wrestling or anything anywhere, there's a certain thing inside of you that's going to say, I want to do this, I'm going to do this. But if you lose the passion to do it, or the fact that, Joe's been doing it for 9 years. 9 freaking years. And the breaks that
he... sick of it.
That's what I think too. In 2 months, he's going to come back, but a lot of people are saying, like, Joe has now disabled comments and the thumbs up thing now on his videos because people were just not liking the other stuff. Joe, just like Doug, is well known for one thing. Now, it hurts. And I definitely, at one point, it hurts the fans a lot more than you think because this is what they love. This is the one thing that always makes them come back. On the other hand, you don't...
But if your heart's not in it, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
No matter what the view count is. Doesn't even matter if you get that stupid silver play button. Which, that thing in itself is just something stupid.
100,000 subscribers. 1 million subscribers, you get a gold. Like...
Yeah, it's just so stupid.
You know what you know who Matt Pat is, right?
Yeah, I've seen game theory. Yeah, he's the game theory.
Alright.
But he's game theory and film theory.
Film theory and
he's known for 2 different things.
No, 3 things. GT Live as well. GT Live has...
Oh, right, yeah, that too, yeah. So he at least has 3 different identities that he can switch between.
Yeah.
Whereas Angry Joe, since he started out as an angry gamer, that's all he's known for. Same thing with the Nostalgia Critic. Same thing with a lot of reviewers. It's like Linkara's only known for doing comics.
Well, he used to do a comic which made him do a lot of special research on.
No, like he's only known for reviewing comics.
But what he does pretty well is the comic book review in itself and the side stories along with it, involving his character and all this. Which there's 2 types of fan bases. One that comes back for the comic book reviews. Actually, if you count it, you also have the third one, which is his Power Rangers retrospective, the history of Power Rangers.
Yeah. So he's known for that too, but he's mainly known for the comics.
Yes.
Reviewing comics.
There's
also the Angry Video Game Nerd. He's only known for reviewing old video games.
But James has adapted to the point where people still are not going at him like it. Like, these other people were getting at it. And I think it's because James Wolfe, when he explained why there wasn't going to be many of them, he explained a lot of reasons why. Especially when he was doing the Angry Video Game Nerd movie. A movie takes a hell of a long time to make. You can have a movie idea set up like today, and it won't be even released until maybe 2 years later. And that's if you're rushing, maybe. If you're not even giving a damn. But no, he got a lot of money put into it. I've seen the movie. It's, the old saying, so bad and it's actually good.
Yeah.
Like, it's an homage to B-rated movies, which I'm pretty positive it's supposed to be. And if it is, it's perfect the way that it is.
Yeah, mind you, it's it's still not good by any means. It's the worst piece of crap I've ever seen. Then
Mm,
again, there is the ET. There was ET the game, both the video game and the goddamn board game.
I totally forgot about the board game. Well, think about this. The video game was literally rushed for Christmas, and that's why the game
Oh,
really sucked.
yeah, and
And the way that James, when he finally did the review for ET, it wasn't a review. It wasn't an Angry Video Game Nerd video. It was more about appreciating the fact that the game, how the game developers have to rush now these days. And now these days, it's still that very accurate to this day.
yeah.
It's not about, oh, we are making good money and all this other stuff. No, this day and age, it's the polar opposite of what we got now. Which is really sad. Like,
It's sad,
for every
but
time we
at
get
the
a
same
good
time, it's also
game,
understandable.
yeah, think about this if you will. A game developing team, even if it's indie or non-indie, they have to at least put some effort into it. Wow, okay, shit. Alright, Edison. We got a bunch of Digivolutions.
Cool.
All of them are possible. You're about to see them on the screen soon.
Here's a good question for you. What is the most brutal betrayal in any video game you've ever played?
Would I consider like a total middle finger?
No, like a character that was built out to be the most trustworthy person, and then does a complete 360 and betrays your ass.
Now, for me, I guess it's... Well, I know it's not a betrayal, if you will, but it just really got to me when I first played this game. You know how much I keep saying now these days I like playing Bioshock Infinite?
Yeah.
The first time I played this game and beat it, I freaked out. I was pissed. I was mad. I made a video on it, but never released it because it was just plain fucking awful. But the fact that I actually made the video proved something pretty unique. I was suspecting something totally different from what I saw in the gameplay footage. This was early gameplay footage, and that's understandable. But now, if you look at what we got, it's okay. It's not
Yeah, you told me
Oscar-worthy.
about this before. The whole thing where there was a crap ton of content cut out of it.
Yes, because of a bunch of things. And this was the 360 for me. We got an okay game that was more built around creating Elizabeth and then giving you a twist ending that meant absolutely fucking nothing to you. All I remember doing was banging my head against the going, why? This was our ending. And then the Burial at Sea DLC is worse.
Which gave us, yeah, it would,
It gave you incest.
Yeah. Which
Yay!
for some people, that's okay. For others, not so much.
Yes. Okay, Edison. Galmon can digivolve. What should we digivolve it into?
Galmon, which one's Galmon again?
Galmon is our One Punch Man.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now,
So what can he evolve into?
okay, he can digivolve into Terriermon's champion form, Leomon, Togomon, Ogremon, or its basic evolution.
Okay, which one would be more badass? That's basically the one that's going to be the most badass is the one you go with.
Or we can get Lilymon, possibly in the future.
Which evolution would get Lilymon?
Togomon.
Which is the one that you're currently on or hovering
Yes.
over?
But Leomon is also there, so we can get Leomon's ultimate forms, and then we can later on get Bancho Leomon or Saber Leomon.
Ooh,
Or we can go.
Digimon actually sounds fun.
But we're gonna need to be ability, I think 20 for that, and right now our ability is 8. So we would have to de-digivolve our Digimon and re-digivolve it later on, but that won't be so hard since anyhow this sort of worked out. So also, I have never ever got Ogremon past his champion form, so that works out for me. I never did Galmon's champion form either, but I also have done the top one. So I've done 3 out of the 5. Yes, 5. Now, I might as well go over to Salamon, because guess what? It can digivolve into Wizardmon.
Which is a good thing.
But it also can digivolve into Gatomon. It can also digivolve into Frigimon. So what do you want more? Gatomon or one of the other Digimon?
Gatomon.
That's what I thought.
Only an idiot would choose.
I don't know. Don't diss my Wizardmon. Don't diss my Wizardmon. I will kick your ass if you diss my Wizardmon.
Fine, but you do it with someone else. You do it with a different Digimon.
Yes. Okay, ability 10. Okay, so our intelligence has to be. Okay, it's gonna be really easy getting Angelomon. Now, if you see the evolutions that get Gatomon, they're Terriermon and Salamon. So that means Terriermon could have gotten Gatomon. So we could have gotten Gatomon either way. Now for Galmon. Now, apparently, we almost have a theme going on. So, so what Digimon we're going to evolve into this with? Which one?
What are the choices?
We have Gardevoir, we have Galmon's Champion Evolution, Leomon, Togomon, Ogremon. Orgmon. Again, they're all good picks. That's the sad thing.
Yes, that's what makes it difficult.
I'm just randomly letting it select.
Want to hear something really okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it up to random choice for you because I have no idea what to pick.
Ooh.
But,
you know what?
Going back to the question I asked you before, the betrayal that I feel is the worst for me is the one in Star Wars during the Sith Inquisitor campaign. Lord Zasha's betrayal of you. She basically tries to take over she basically tries to put her soul inside your body. Which sounds a hell of a lot dirtier than it is.
Damn. So she basically wants to possess you.
Yeah, basically. She wants to eradicate our soul and take over yeah, basically. She basically wants to lift her over. She wants to use, essence transfer.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm letting fate decide here, and the winner is... Togomon! Togomon sucks. But it would make our team a little bit diverse, because right now we have a Holy Digimon, we have a Water Digimon. Oh,
so we're gonna have a Demonic Digimon now? Which would actually be pretty awesome. No, I'm surprised the one person that's watching hasn't commented yet.
Things just happen. First of all, I'm gonna check out Ikakumon's evolutions here for a minute. Oh, wow. Zoom on. Is this Digimon? Speed is 63. Okay.
My god, this Deathloop is over fucking powered. The Sith Inquisitor is one of the most overpowered aside from the Sith Warrior.
Okay. I'm
just do these freaking enemies.
Okay, right now I'm just really not debating because I know the next battle, the big battle, Togemon's gonna be horrible in that because they're going against a lot of fire Digimon again, and that's gonna suck dick. On the other hand, you know what? Let's make this elimination style. So let's see if Togemon gets any love. So if lands, the first Digimon it lands on, they're eliminated. Togemon's eliminated.
Tragic.
Leomon is eliminated.
Tragic. Sarcastically speaking.
Does that count? No. Ogremon has been eliminated. Oh, please God, don't let it be Gargemon. Gargemon's been eliminated. So I guess we're just gonna go with its own champion evolution, which actually doesn't really bother me. Digivolve into champion. So this is the Season 5 champion evolution. And it actually doesn't look so bad. It just looks like he went on all fours and just grew his gloves.
Which I will be seeing in a few seconds.
Yes. You'll be able to see it because I spin it around for a little bit. Alright, now I am just... Okay, so that's... Gatomon is 11. And Kakamon is at 3. God damn it, Kakamon. Okay, we're going back out. Oh wait, before I do that, I'm doing something else. No. Okay, so there's something called Digiconvert, which we already know from the first part. But it means that Lopomon will now be a part of our team. In the bank. And I'm gonna convert it just because I want Lopomon to be there. And while I'm at it, let's do Terriermon as well. What I'm gonna do now is move them from the Digibank and put them on the island. Now, Edison, you remember what the daycare is, right?
Isn't that a place where you can raise Digimon or something? Well, unless we're talking about Pokemon, then it's just retarded.
Yeah.
It's just the stupidest shit in the world. Are you referring to Pokemon? Or is this going to be the better, or is this the Digimon version of the daycare?
Sort of. See, the Digimon version is basically feeding your Digimon, raising your Digimon, and by raising, I mean you do jack diddly shit, and you can command them to do stuff. So right now, I'm looking at what Terriermon is, and Terriermon is a searcher, which is very good. Apparently rejected my food. Damn you, Terriermon.
Wow, this looks like a better version of the Pokemon daycare.
Yes.
Just not as retarded.
So right now, I made it do some investigating. And I tried feeding them both, but they rejected my food. So right now, while we're training up our other Digimon, they will also be training up, leveling up as well. And the limit in there is 12.
Huh.
So you can have 12 Digimon there, any level, and do this. Okay, so right now, we got our team. We're gonna deal with this guy right now, which is Poyomon. And yes, this whole entire game got stopped by a baby Digimon. By a baby Digimon.
What?
By the little marshmallow.
Okay.
So right now, this thing
Why
thinks...
is there a marshmallow in the game?
Better question is, why does it think it can win?
Maybe it's missing its brain?
Well, Ganamon's using Lightning Paw on that, and straight up killed it. And Ganamon looks even more adorable. And it's like that, they're level 6. Jesus. This game does not want me to have more than 2 Digimon. I lost the battle too. So, that's actually pretty amazing if you think about it, because that was our mission. We just finished our mission. By punching a baby, we got our mission done.
I feel sorry for. I feel sorry. Oh wait, no, I don't. I'm playing Sith, so I don't feel anything.
Apparently.
Who says that?
Okay, good news
I
is...
think the Sith punch babies in their spare time.
I wouldn't be surprised. We just finished that, which is great. But it also means we gotta now bring it in. Oh, and before I do that, I'm going to this shop lady and selling some shit.
We have to bring in a baby. Okay. Is this game trying to teach us about motherhood or something?
Oh no, Pokemon's just a baby Digimon. You just barely succeeded, Dan. I've received information as my assistant detective agency. Please get back to the information as soon as possible. Well, anyway, if detective, so at times you do nothing. Oh, thank you, Kyoko. I need your help with something else. Yeah, well, fuck you too, bitch. Yeah, it goes like, oh, you ain't doing nothing. The back entrance is so cold. Ooh, really? Air conditioning, the most beautiful thing in the world.
The back doors. What the hell? That's not. That sounds really perverted.
Well, you tell me.
If you think about it.
There's a girl apparently on my screen that ain't her character. And it ain't the other redhead.
Well, I'm about to open a door that's basically the most painful way to open a door.
With your dick?
A shrine of agony.
Oh, I was thinking like...
Doesn't that sound pleasant?
Sort of.
It's basically a fancy door opener.
Okay, we finished one quest.
Cool.
We also have 2 new cases available.
Is one of them going to get us a girlfriend? In the game, at least.
There's something wrong with the air conditioning in Broadway. Find the cause.
Oh, I wonder what the hell is. I wonder what the problem could be. Oh, it's probably a fucking Digimon.
Well, no, duh, Sherlock. What gives your honest opinion about that? Other than the fact that game is called Digimon.
Obvious there.
Yes. Congratulations, Sherlock. You figured out the obvious. Here's your reward. A 1.5 series thing. Whatever. By the way, that made no sense. Sherlock Holmes had their own TV series for a while. And the one thing I never really understood about it was, I'm watching it, it gets interesting, it stops, and then it decides to remake itself in the olden days.
Yeah.
In the exact same series. That makes no sense. I'm sorry, but it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, here's the thing that I do with Cooking Channel or Channel 28 when Bar Rescue was on. And
Yeah.
that is it.
That sounds about right.
Because that's
Make a
all
look
you
here.
need to do.
I didn't mean to do that. Ready for the silver cup? Of course I am. Can't you not see by the optimistic look on my face? So right now, we're in a Coliseum battle because I'm sort of an a-hole and I just really want to kill stuff.
Yeah, because killing stuff is fun. Like, I'm killing these weird, retarded bat things that look like a couple of boobs with weird legs and weird body. It just looks really
A harpy?
fucking weird. No, it's just this weird little bat thing. A shriek feeder, whatever the fuck that means.
Shriek eater?
I don't know. It's Star Wars language. It doesn't. It's barely legible. Or barely pronounceable. I should really say.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, I'm about to do something very intelligent. I'm sending the shot in to go. I'm sending Canvale to go in, attack the monster while I run past the monster and grab a fucking map. I'm using him as fodder. And then I'm gonna go kill the damn thing.
Ah, boo, cross attack, and I wasn't using the other Digimon. Whatever, got him on this straight up, killed you. And then I use fire. Damn you, Elecmon, you lived. I do not approve. Kill. Yeah, now these days is just insanity. But I'm not surprised by many things now that I see. For me, it's not about how popular a show can get. It's just making sure that you don't fuck it up.
Oh yeah. Which sadly more shows are fucking things up.
Well, TV shows and like, put it this way. I hate Power Rangers Samurai.
Oh,
But
I couldn't get past the first fucking episode.
yeah,
That's fucking stupid.
that's the thing. Even for people like myself who do like Power Rangers, not many people like Samurai.
Well, yeah, because it makes no bloody sense.
Oh no, you know how like in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, like Jade and Yuki was basically like the attention of everybody, and no one was willing to give anyone else a chance unless it was Jade and Yuki?
Yeah.
That's Samurai. Jaden has a sister in like Power Rangers Samurai who basically, and I wish I could get around with this, she basically trains her whole life to defeat this great evil, and when she fails, instead of being comforting the Power Rangers team, they said, oh, Jaden would have done it better. This is metaphorically speaking, but you could read through the lines very easily what this was, and I'm looking at this going like, I fucking hate you. See, if this was reversed, and you had her Jaden training his whole entire life, and them really liking, like, the best part of Samurai for me was the female Red Ranger.
Well, yeah.
And it's like, why is that? And I always had to say, because it was done right. If someone straight up would have told me right now that the whole entire series was going to be a bunch of female Power Rangers, I would have flipped my top, totally lost it, and would have screamed hallelujah. Because I'd rather I'd rather have a whole group of female Rangers. That would be surreal. Yo, Dino Charge did something totally crazy. Because when you think the Pink Ranger, you think some white woman, correct?
Well, generally, yes.
But
Not in
Dino
this
Charge?
case.
No, they had a woman do it. A black woman. I went like, about fucking time. Dino Charge was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I
Legitimate.
know. And then they came out with Dino Supercharge.
Still good. Which actually surprised me.
Which is actually just the English dub version of, I can't remember the
It's a Super Sentai. Yeah, you killed your Digimon. I hit him with confusion.
And that's the sad thing. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Like they had, like, Samurai could have been great.
I don't think you can. Yeah, it could have been because it's like, come on, it's Samurai. Like when I first heard about Samurai, I was like, all aboard. I see the cast, and for me, I went like, man, that is so cool. It looks so interesting. Watch the whole entire series. You know how bad it is when the villain of the show is getting drunk. And they go like, oh, he's taking medicine. No, he's getting drunk.
No,
Like, even kids.
He's getting goddamn plastered.
He has no
There's
care
no
for
way
the series whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised if there was actual, like, sake or rum in it at all.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I would have went like, oh no, there's alcohol in there. Oh, good. He's gonna need it. He has to do Samurai.
Yeah. It's like I've seen a majority of Power Rangers. My favorites are Wild Fury, Jungle Fury,
Wild Force,
Dino Thunder, Wild Force, Jungle Fury, Dino Thunder, and Mystic Rangers.
For me, my favorite are Time Force. I like Dino Charge. I like RPM. And I like Jungle Fury. And there you go. Those are like my big four that I personally like. However, even though we have differences in which ones we actually like, it only proves how good the show was. To have just not the same episode.
Yeah. And the sad thing about all of this is, well, with the Power Ranger series, it's like you had the original series, and they literally said, get some teenagers with attitude. That was
some attitude
ballsy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
look at our attitude. Freedom, love, hope. I'm a nerd.
Like, oh my god, there. Oh my god, what the hell are we watching?
Well, here's something. When they made Trainee the Yellow Ranger and Zack. I think it was Zack? The Black Ranger.
I really hated was the one with that stupid wheel morpher.
Operation Overdrive?
Where they had a morpher.
Oh, Turbo!
Yes.
Have you seen Operation Overdrive?
No, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one with the stupid wheel spinner thing.
Oh, the one when they put on their morph and they, like, it just wheels on their arm?
Yes.
I love the fact that they solved the problem. They could literally solve the problem, like, literally in 10 minutes from the one word that's been said. You have the Pink Ranger basically quote the words, you know, maybe if you built an army with this millions of dollars that you actually have instead of hiring 7 inexperienced people who have no idea about fighting whatsoever freaking ever, then maybe you'd be able to do so well.
The Power Ranger morphing grid, it automatically inputs all of the kung fu knowledge you will ever need.
Apparently, even though it was never originally made on Earth. So,
yeah.
How the fuck did they know about our fighting style?
On other worlds now. That works for me.
Yes. We know millions of types of fighting styles. We're just fucking lazy. Taking the old 80s idol, blah, 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 blah. But, for me, Power Rangers has always remained the same. And I think that's what sort of makes it a little bit more sad. I'm getting a message. Quiz time! Which Digimon uses this special move, Poop Dunk? Fuck. GG, I think it's 91.
You want to hear something really stupid? These guys will not attack me until I engage them.
That makes perfect fucking sense. 9!
I'm not even kidding.
I'm not surprised.
I will not get my ass kicked whatsoever.
Connect, jump.
Until I engage them in battle. It's the stupidest thing in the world.
It's like if an enemy just blatantly saw you right in front of them and they're like, "Durr." Why? Open sesame! And the firewall has been unlocked. Perfect. Now these days, though, I sort of feel sad sometimes for Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's just going downhill.
Well, like I said, Dino Charge did really well.
Oh yeah, Dino Charge was fantastic.
You actually felt like they actually gave a crap. Samurai didn't feel like they... Oh, I gotta ask, have you seen Megaforce?
Yeah, Power Ranger Samurai...
Not Samurai, Megaforce.
Yeah, Megaforce was okay.
Oh, man. For anyone who's watching this in the future, what is your most favorite Power Ranger teams and your most hated Power Ranger teams? Because apparently me and my friend Edison, we're thinking the exact same thing. We can't not think about how bad Operation Overdrive was.
Oh god, that thing was horrible. Here's how I watched it. I basically watched the first episode, then I skipped to the end.
I watched the whole entire thing.
How I watched that Power Rangers movie. I just skipped to the end after the first episode.
Oh man, I watched the whole entire thing. Now let me translate what a clusterfuck this whole entire thing was. There are more than 5 different villains in that one show. That is really bad. Like, I have no words for that.
What can you say to that?
Shit got real? I don't have
That's pretty much it.
Like, here's something that's pretty dumb and unique. For every time Operation Overdrive had a good part of the story going on, they instantly fucked it up as fast as possible. Like, the kid that became the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
He's a cyborg.
Wow, cyber, holy fuck.
And here's something. They don't wink it off to right near the end of the series. And when he finds out he is a cyborg, by the way, huge spoiler, he doesn't give a crap if he dies. He goes like, I'm a robot. I can just be repaired. I can handle this power because I'm a robot. And I'm looking at this going like, Jesus fucking Christ, is this all... I felt no emotion with any of these characters. At all. When I looked at them, I went like, oh my god, this is fucking horrendous. The acting was bad. Yeah, I get you're on a kids show, but even kids shows have some form of respect. Like, if I told you I can watch a better show on Treehouse than you fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, at least Treehouse, it's for kids and it's understandable. But
yeah.
Power Rangers?
I mean, hell, there was also, SPD was also okay.
That one... wasn't the best, but here's something you actually. Well, I think a lot of people didn't really like because the cow explosions. How the explosions disappeared almost everywhere every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Acting was solid.
The acting was great. It was solid.
You want to hear something scary about that show? You know Doggy Kruger, the dog?
Yeah.
The man inside him.
Oh yeah, because the suit was so hot.
Yeah, it caught on fire.
They actually had to make sure that they filmed it. Every time they filmed it, they had to have a fire extinguisher on hand, just in
Fire
case
extinguisher in hand. They were trying to like have fans in there so he wouldn't like die. And I went like, I can understand that, but
yeah.
If you're an actor and you now I have more respect for people that have to wear like costumes and head costumes along with the outfit, because they're sweating out their balls off and they're sweating their asses off.
I mean, if you see some of the elaborate designs of these monsters, it's like, how the hell do they breathe?
Yeah, I swear they like. I'm positive that every time when someone has to do voice acting in Japanese who are in there, they basically are always saying, I'm gonna get this done in one run, and I won't have to wear this costume until the following day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, I feel sorry for these people.
The reason why we feel sorry for them is because we see them... Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a quick save here. I'm fighting against Digimon.
Yeah, it's kind of, really sad how these people have to wear all these costumes and survive, especially on like days that are scorching hot.
Digimon! Oh my god! It's Frosty the Snow Bear! Look at it'll kill us with cuteness.
Oh my god, it's a mascot. We're going to kill a mascot.
Bonhomme de Neige, is that you? Okay, for anyone who doesn't know who Bonhomme de Neige is, he's someone from Quebec for the holidays, the cold. Okay, so right now it's Digimon versus 3 champions. I have a good feeling we're gonna win this. Definitely a good feeling. Especially since we took more than half his health away.
Yeah, hit him with fire.
Didn't need to, got him on, just clawed his face off. And they didn't even get a level up from it. Boo! Oh, Kakumon did. Yay! I appreciate that Kakumon finally did. Whew. That battle was easy and simple. Really don't know myself. So basically, this little guy right here pretty much became, he was affected by a glitch, which was Digimon, and we just kicked its sorry ass. Because we're that badass. But, yeah, the thing with Power Rangers is, like, I will admit, I haven't seen Super Sentai of the Power Ranger shows, but I have seen some Super Sentai. For instance,
yeah,
I have seen Dancing Power Rangers. Only in Japan.
Only in Japan. Also, only in Japan, you will find a panty dispensing machine.
Yep. Only in Japan.
I am not even kidding. Only in Japan will you ever find a vending machine that dispenses used panties that women literally walk to and dispense into the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Only in Japan.
That's how Japan rolls.
I mean, if they tried doing that shit over here, there'd be like, it would get banned faster. faster
Well, we have
than
condom
we could actually
machines
put out a
in, like,
ban
St.
list.
Clair College. So,
Yeah, it would be in St. Clair College, and about 5 hours after it's been in there, it would be empty. Like, you'd see a bunch of guys complain to the office that the used panty machine is empty. Can you imagine such a thing?
oh, good God, I don't want to.
Like, I'm actually that. It's like, oh my god. Fuck, man. They even have the weirdest fucking toilets.
You're true.
But then again, there's also a machine where you could literally get to. Apparently, there's a machine in Japan where you literally get to spank.
Or sluth like expanded.
A fake butt, a fake woman's ass, a fake ass. Hell, you could even jam your finger in that thing, and it would. Yeah, it's just yeah. Japan has the most weirdest shit in the world, but the most fun shit. You can't. No one can deny that.
Broadway on fire.
Ooh, difficulty level 2. Yeah, it might as well be difficulty level 0. For all we care.
Well, truth is, at this rate, we may be able to have maybe closely to an ultimate Digimon before the end of chapter 3. Which means we're
broken.
I dealt with this kind of thing before. Because there's no way I'm going to tell them that I connect jump, because he's just going to be confused. He goes, oh, back in my day, we didn't do such a thing. We had wire in your head. He doesn't say that. Yeah, so we got to go to the K Cafe. Again, apparently the K Cafe is every Digimon's favorite hideout. Because,
I wonder why.
Okay, I don't even have an answer for that.
Girls with skirts, with really short skirts in there.
I'm gonna sell these medals. Yes. I have no need for them, and I don't want them pecking up my inventory space. Okay, cafe, open up. Connect jump. Of course I want to jump in. Okay, we're right back where we started in this smaller area because there's nothing really good in here.
It's still hilarious when you do weird shit in the game and none of the characters react. Like, imagine if we were in like an SAO or Log Horizon kind of thing for any game in the world. For me, it'd be Star Wars, and all they see me and they see me doing this weird shit.
You just said no reaction. That reminds me of Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. Like, in a nutshell. That's what Lightning was.
She had her fucking emotions taken away. By the end of it, she actually
not
does
in the first one.
Back, but it's when they can.
The first one, she didn't even have emotions.
Oh, she did have emotions whenever it came to.
Her emotion was pissed off or not giving a fuck. And usually, it just rolled around in her.
At least she had a emotion.
Yes, pissed off. That's not an emotion. If I want to get someone pissed off, especially I mentioned, I don't know, I mentioned how much I hate a certain genre of something. Lightning is nothing like that. 13.2, it's about Sarah trying to find Lightning, and in 13.3, they stripped over all her emotion and then made her task involving emotion.
Yeah.
That makes no sense! That's like saying, Edison, if you do not do this mission, I will kill this puppy. But at the exact same time, you hate dogs. Which you don't. I'm just throwing that down there as a...
I get why you were doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I get... You try and get an emotional response out of somebody who does not give two shits.
Yeah,
and will never give two shits.
Ow, you hit my Kakumon. I need a Kakumon to fight back with. Ooh. Ice. No! freaking... There, deal the charge. Seriously, what's if you're a session hating on a Kakumon?
But yeah, like I was saying, in games you can do whatever you can do something completely weird. Like you could start dancing in the middle of the fucking road, and they wouldn't bat an eye.
Sadly, that's very accurate. But
Like in Star Wars, like when you're not playing, like your character doesn't move at all. So what do the people think you're doing?
damn it, I'll remember
Cracking
this.
yourself?
Freaking love that. That Marimon disc got really upset with us because we kicked his ass. Let's go tell the client. The client is happy. So on and so forth. But yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that's what sort of makes this a lot more sadder. It's not the fact that we don't like it. It's just the fact that if a character is pathetic to begin with, we have no care for them. 13... Final Fantasy XIII's problem was Lightning was not a likable character, Snow wasn't a likable character, Hope wasn't a likable character, Vanille was fan service. Put it this way, Vanille was fan service. She was a redhead girl. Yeah, she was jailbait and it worked out pretty well. But here's something though. She was only in 13 and that was it. Lightning, on the other hand, we had to deal with her for 2 more games. Basically, Square Enix going like, please like this character! Trust me, she's very likable! And it's like, no offense, you're doing a really bad job proving to me otherwise.
And I've seen gameplay for Final Fantasy 2. The one I saw for 13.2, the one I saw was the whole time travel aspect of it. Where her sister and some random jackass basically were being hot through time.
But that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, but it's not. Like at the end of it,
all the continuity from that does not count.
Yeah.
Into 13.3, which
no,
that made me feel sad.
That actually matters is the part where she gets freed from that crystal cocoon thing. That's the only part that was ever in there. You saw that she was in some weird ice prison thing.
Yes, that is when they're in the form of stasis, if you will.
Yeah, that is the only accurate part from 2 that's in 13.3. Then there's the whole thing with Snow and he gets fucking ice powers and.
The Shiva sisters. Watch, it's 2 women scissor each other.
He just has these powers in 13.2. There's no real explanation. It's just the world ending. He's gotten these fucking powers because of some bullshit or something. It's not even really explained all that well, and it's like, okay. And then there was the whole thing with the kid who gets turned back into his young self.
Hope?
Yeah, Hope. He gets turned back into his young self. And his emotions are taken away. And yet you feel like he has more of an emotional reaction to things than any of the other characters.
It makes me feel sad, because, you know, no matter what RPG it is, you gotta make at least some likable characters.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when we thought 10 and 10-2 were bad. Boy, were we dumb!
Yep.
10's a masterpiece if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, and I have a remastered version. Then I also have that one DLC, the 10-2 age, or, Age of Peace thingy or whatever.
Yeah.
The Eternal Calm. Okay, the thing about that is, it's just one long ass cutscene.
However, it works. That cutscene at least explains why Yuna became a Gullwing and why the events of 10-2 happened.
Yeah, which
But
makes sense. I haven't even played the Lost Mission yet for 10-2, for 10-2.
yeah, but at least now you know what her motive is. Heck,
Well, yeah, but it
Riku...
wasn't that hard to figure out in the first place.
I had a crazy
She
genius.
want the whole point of 10-2 was to get Titus back.
Yeah, well, it all started because of a spear. And think about this, if you will. If you are someone in the early 2000s that actually played 10-2, you had no idea at first why Yuna was like this, why we were in the middle of a concert hall, and it made you ask more questions.
Yeah, but here the dumb thing is the only way you can actually get the Titus ending, because it's a secret ending.
Yeah, so you gotta... It's 90+%.
To everything. You have to do 100% in everything. Max out all attack abilities.
Uh-oh.
Talk to every single fucking person in the game. Complete all side quests. You have to have the most asinine completionist in the world in order to even attempt that.
Oh no, it's actually doable. But it just takes so long. But
Yeah,
at least
it
the
is
side
doable,
quest
but-
in 10-2 can actually be done. Unlike Final Fantasy X, if you want Titus's ultimate weapon.
Isn't that a blitzball?
No, that's Wakka's.
Oh right, yes, with the fuck, yeah. But here's the other problem with that. If Titus is such a big shot, and he is a far superior blitzball, here's the funny thing: no one in the game calls him Titus.
They call him I don't know, but they call him anything, really.
They don't say his name at all. They don't call him anything.
It's not like he's a created character like in an old school RPG.
Blitzball in the game,
Yeah.
he doesn't even have a name. He's literally called Star Player.
I never noticed that, and I've been playing the game so many times.
Watch Spoonie's review of this game. He points it out.
I haven't seen Spoonie stuff in so long. I think the last thing I saw of his...
You see the real version of Titus, who isn't called Titus. I forget what he's called, but he's the true version. He's the real version of Titus. Titus was made up from Dreams Anakin, which is the fucking stupidest shit in the world.
Yeah, I've seen worse. Think about this, if you will. We've had... Let me ask you this. If you sold 4 million copies of a video game, would you count that as a failure?
No.
Square Enix begs otherwise. Tomb Raider sold 4 million copies, and they considered it a failure.
The 4 million. What the fuck is that? When the original Diablo series came out, they sold I think around the same amount. And Blizzard didn't consider that a failure.
No, they consider it a success. I believe it's because Square Enix has really high standards. It sort of reminds me of like a really parent now these days, when a parent knows their kid is really good at something, so they want their kid to be so good at it that they can't do anything else. Which is so sad. It is. I sometimes pity that. And that's what Square Enix is, like a strict parent. They go like, you better give us this much money or you're going back home. You're not going back home. But I feel like, and here's something. I played other RPGs. Oh yeah, I gotta go back to her because I'm smart. I play other RPGs, and the reason why I like playing those other RPGs is because of how well it's done. And that makes me feel very, very happy about it. Because Square Enix's RPG system is, you play as insert any character here, And that's it. But in full seriousness, though, Square Enix has really high expectations. Like, Sleeping Dogs, if you check how much they sold in grand total, that counted as a failure to Square Enix. And if I remember correctly, that sold over, I think, close to 4 million as well. And it counted as a failure. That's horrible. If I had a game and it sold 1 million copies, I'd do backflips. I would make a video thanking every bloody person out there. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but the truth is, it means 1 million people bought it. Did they buy it because the game is good? I don't know. I have to check out forums and stuff. Ironically, she's telling us about the Digifarm right now. Which actually makes a lot of sense. Speaking of Digifarm, there is a certain thing we need to do at the Digifarm.
Okay.
Now,
does this involve bashing a small child over the head with a goddamn baseball bat?
nope. Remember how that island was?
Damn, Square Enix gets away then.
Well, I just updated the farm. Now it's bigger.
You know, it kind of looks like something you would see in Minecraft.
Yes. However, the island can still be expanded more and more, which is very good. And the more expansion on the island, did you think about how much it takes to make and advertise? And so you... I did not think of that. Robotech writes, think about how much it takes to make and advertise a game. Yes! Making and advertising a game are too... Like, I can understand now these days when you have, like, PR departments need at least 12 million or more to sell. It's so high standards! Yeah. Like, I remember back when I was younger, you didn't have that option. It was like, oh, you got this game? Okay. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna make this game, and we're gonna... I remember back in the day when making at least... Games were not 12 million back when I was younger. I think their budgets were under 1 million. Now these days, you know, it's because they need to get the high-end graphics in, because not many people are going to buy a game that doesn't look pretty enough. Then you got to include the voice actors, the people working on the game itself, the animation, the gameplay, the multiplayer. Multiplayer feels even more sad. Oh, wow. Every time, this is very urgent to malicious hacker who will teach them a lesson. Okay, we're beating up some more hackers. Now these days, if a game doesn't make those $1 million marks, it's scary. Like, Sleeping Dogs was actually a good game. The new Tomb Raider games are actually pretty good as well. But just because it didn't reach a standard, they consider it losing money. And I'm thinking, how much did you put into those two games compared to Final Fantasy? That's because games nowadays are... Yeah, gamers now... I agree with that, Robotech. I agree with that, truly. People are spoiled from the high-end graphics. I remember back in the day when I thought Super Mario on Nintendo 64 was amazing. I remember games that... Like, Edison, name a game that you thought was really amazing back when you first maybe had, like, Xbox or something like that. That looked bloody amazing, right?
Oh, well, the first game I ever had for Xbox was the original. One of my favorite games for Xbox was Legacy of Kain Defiance. That I thought looked incredible.
Yeah. In my days,
that was a bloody masterpiece.
Super Mario Bros. Was the bomb for the NES. Exactly. When we were younger, we were very appreciative of what games we actually got. Now these days...
Nowadays, it's like, oh, what's the graphics like? Yeah, graphics are nice. I'd rather have a game that has story, character development, that actually
or at
has
least good
some sub.
gameplay. Super Mario Brothers, their story was clear and simple. Mario has to go save the princess, and that was it. But
Yeah,
in
and
order
that's
to do
all
so,
you needed.
you needed to jump, stomp, and basically go around and defeat the evil in every castle. It was pure, simple, but perfect.
Yeah.
But that was a platformer. Now these days, it feels like everything needs to be like this high-end story. And I don't like that.
Imagine what. Remember when Sonic 06 came out?
That
You
was
remember how much of a
hilarious.
disaster that was?
It was trying to put something that a lot of people loved into the 3D world. It failed because of that. Now these days, it's about 4K and 60 or high
Okay, it's just
second.
it failed on a fundamental level.
Yes. Again, Robotech throws another good response right back. Now these days, it's about 4K and 60 or higher frames per second. Yeah, it's like I would love to see these kids like in my day. In my days, like the 90s, trying to figure out wired internet where you couldn't use your phone if you were on the internet. We had like when I was younger, we didn't have the YouTube to help you find how to get a certain collectible or an item. You know what you had to do? You had to go buy a strategy guide or look it up on GameFAQs. And that's if you could get GameFAQs, if you had a computer. It wasn't about how good the game was. Now these days, it's like it has to be high end. If it's not high end, you're done. And I'm like, I hate. I'm not a big fan of 4K because when I see 4K stuff now these days, it's basically saying, buy this big ass TV that's gonna cost you thousands of dollars, so you can watch your thing in a more higher form of graphics. No! I don't want that. Not when I have a perfectly good 32-inch plasma screen with me, and it works perfectly fine. Not all of us are made out of money. Heck, this is probably why GameFAQs wasn't around when I was a kid. Neither was the net. Damn, you are old school. You're more old school than I am. And I love that.
No, I've even watched some people on YouTube who remember having the Nintendo books come out. The fucking Nintendo books that had cheat codes in it.
Next, free Kowloon level 1 hackers. Yeah. Back in the day, you had a strategy guide, and that was it. And that's if you could afford that too. A game was like, I think, $50-$60. Now these days you have to pay like $80 to $100 for a video game. This is why I look for the cheap ends. I look for cheap products. Because if I find a game on sale, I will then buy it. Because I can't afford this high-end stuff anymore. Free Kowloon level 1 hackers. I'm in the wrong area. I'm smart. I went to the wrong area. It's not surprising.
But then there are also the games that kind of fail in certain aspects. Like, take Star Wars, for example.
Yes!
When Star Wars: The Republic came out.
If that more like... Remember Nintendo Power?
Oh, God.
That was your only thing of getting...
that damn system?
No, not the comic. You know, the issues that were given to you, basically to make sure you're able...
That's the thing that I said with the cheat codes.
Yes.
I had the cheat codes and stuff like that.
Or like... Now these days, Nintendo Power was the shit. If you didn't know where do you think people remember the Konami code? Where do you think people remembered, like, any of the games now that most memorable? Like, for me, I remember looking at a thing of Nintendo Power when I was younger, and I thought it was like a message from the heavens of gaming, because you didn't know what else to do. I sure didn't.
No one did.
For us,
That was the beauty of it.
It was the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah.
Nintendo Power.
Going back to the Star Wars thing, like when it came out, people got to max level within a week, and then got to end game a day after.
Man.
And when it first came out, it was only paid subscription when it first came out, and they got so many. LucasWorks and the company that helped develop it got so many freaking complaints about that.
Reminds me of Final Fantasy XIV when it first came out. That was horrendous.
And, come on, yeah. But they had to switch the format to free-to-play and subscription.
That's a low blow. No offense, I don't like that. If you make a game free to play...
Well, it was just so they could get people to play their game. If they didn't do it, no one would play. Because... And they had to actually add in an end game content because they didn't think people would get to it that fast.
Yeah. But, for me, I'd rather have, like, a magazine that can help me out now these days. Like, we gotten way too spoiled in gaming. You look, if you had a problem, you looked it up on YouTube. When if you wanted to beat Lion King on Sega Genesis, which was really, really hard, you're gonna tell me you knew the berry code the first time you played it? No.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah. The berry, for those who don't know the berry code, that thing has saved many Lion King players from going insane. And it doesn't make me feel surprised. I'm happy that things like Nintendo Power and strategy guides exist.
Yeah.
I don't think they do Nintendo Power anymore.
No one would ever play one of their games ever again if that didn't exist.
Yeah. I don't think they do Nintendo Power anymore. I think now it's online.
They canceled that series. They don't do it anymore.
Yeah, which... felt a little bit saddened by that. I think it's because of how easy things now are for gamers. I'm sorry, I'm like belching inside my mouth. I apologize deeply. But, remember when you just had the magazine in your hand? And it felt so good to have it in your hand, because you're like, oh man, I don't...
Strategy guide.
They still sell those. They still sell them. It's just that most people don't know about them.
Useful things in the world.
Especially in a game that you personally like.
Yeah, like I still have my Diablo 2 strategy guide.
And I believe some people still maybe have their original first issues of Nintendo Power, because it came in free. But it taught you about the Infinite Life code in Mario, the Konami code. And yeah, I'm speaking the most obvious stuff here, but it's because how useful that was. You're going to tell me that if you played that was your way of knowing reviews back in the day, knowing what new games were about to come out. It was the new news for gaming. Is GamePro... Hey, Edison, check out this GamePro still going around. Or Electronic Gaming. I still believe the PSN magazine is still going, because I do keep seeing it every now and then.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But I can understand, like, now these days, everything's online. If it ain't online, most people don't care. Which, it makes me feel sad. It really does. But, oh, Gaimon's starting to kick butt. And for me, it just gets to the point where I feel a little bit saddened by it. But now these days, strategy guides are like the best kind of godsend. Especially if you get hooked into a game. like, to prove how dumb I was when I was younger, I had the Rogue Galaxy, a level 5 game strategy guide. And I decided to get rid of mine because I was a dumb kid. Because if I tried to find one of those right now without looking on the internet, it would be impossible.
Oh, yeah.
And that thing was so useful. I remember it showed me how to get the legendary Earth, Wind, Light, Fire, Water keys. Heck, I found out I screwed up in that game because later on you get put into this space area. And the only way to get the star key is to unlock a chest inside the bar that requires the Earth key. The Earth key can get very easily in the game and it feels bloody amazing. Me being a dumb kid thought I can just go back to it later because there's no way anything bad would happen to that bar. Guess what?
It got destroyed.
Yep, burned down to the ground and you couldn't get back in it. And no offense, that's you falling through the story. My jaw dropped when that happened. I never knew a game that would basically take something very important to open a specific chest that could probably give you better equipment and other items just because I got lazy. And I loved it now. Now I love it when it does that.
Yeah. And then there are the games that... then there's also the microtransactions in games now.
I don't... The microtransactions. Yay! Hey! Spend money on something that you already bought. Like, I can understand if it's like Pacific DLC. Like, I'm not talking about clothes or something like that. I can understand, like... Where the hell am I going?
Yeah, if it's something that's... If it's, more missions or something like that, yeah, okay, fine. That's fine. But... some of the stuff that they just put out there is really stupid.
Oh, yeah. Hey, pay $3 for a piece of clothing! Why? Look, I didn't stand...
Or pay $3 in order to get a new pet. Okay.
Why? Remember when everything used to be in the game? And that was the game? It was like, this is the game. There's all your money put into it. You paid that much for this game. Perfect. And if you didn't like the game, you couldn't have said, oh, maybe the next patch or the DLC will make it better. No. You had a game. You played the game. And if you didn't like the game, you didn't like the game.
Yeah.
Now these days, they go like, they'll nickel and dime you for small stuff like clothing or guns. Or even better yet, your chances to get better stuff. I like the perfect example for me is Overwatch. I've seen gameplay of it. I can see why people love this game. That's understandable. But they have microtransactions in there. Just so you can get like maybe a new character stance or a new costume design for them or a new tagline for them. And you can spend real money on this. Now, I will admit, thankfully, you can also just spend non-real money on it. But it always bothered me when you do this.
And then there's the purchasing of in-game currency. You can pay real money to get fake money.
Yay! By spending real money, you can spend $100 to get something that will probably last you 5 minutes.
Yeah. And there's the other end of the spectrum.
Yes. And it makes me feel... like, I can understand maybe a free-to-play game putting on some of that stuff. But the free-to-play game, in order to do so, has to make the game pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
The game that I've nearly 100% completed, Gems of War. Loved the shit out of that when I first got my PS4. It's just a Tetris game with cards. But the way that they do it, I've gotten legendaries, I've gotten like epic cards, I've gotten high tier rarity cards without spending a dime in there. That's a good game. Hell, that makes you go maybe giving them $10 or maybe $20. Especially if you had over, for me, I had almost like 40, 60 hours worth of gameplay, and I always kept saying I may give them some money. I never did, but I never did because I didn't need to. But if I wanted to, I could. But knowing the fact I was able to get high rarity cards for nothing, and these weren't promo cards. These were ones that I actually bought.
RuneScape, for example.
Yeah.
RuneScape is a free-to-play game, as well as you can also be a member in the game as well. You just have to pay for a certain thing. What our friend Craig does, for everyone who's watching, he mines enough money to go and get what's called a bond. A bond is basically allows you to get a certain amount of days as a member. Basically, he gets a subscription. He basically has a way to get it for a free subscription fee, without actually having to pay for a subscription fee.
Ah.
And that a game like that's awesome. The game I'm playing, in-game currency, the cartel points, you can sell stuff on the cartel market in the game. You can sell for the cartel
in-game money for the subscription, so you don't have to actually pay real money. See, if games were willing to do something like that, that's understandable. I can appreciate that. But I feel sort of sad now these days. A lot of companies tell you to, oh, make Pacific accounts with us. Make this account so we can, I don't know, tell you about the latest thing. Like, I made a 2K account.
If you have a subscription fee, you cannot play. The game I'm speaking of is World of Warcraft.
That's, yeah, pay us $15 to $20.
It's like 30-something bucks a month, or every 60 days. Which, okay, that's fine.
Hold on here. The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. Can you still see the gameplay, Edison?
Yep.
Alright. So it may be running. Alright. So it may slow down from what I've been checking on here. If it does, I apologize. Yeah, but this doesn't really surprise me. It's really odd when some people instantly have, because now these days you can easily, like I mentioned, I got a 2K account. The only reason why I did it was to shut up Mafia Free from telling me about it.
Yeah.
Which,
although actually World of Warcraft has actually done you can play for free up to a certain level. Okay, that's fine. It's still not cool, but it's still not like they don't give you a free, like Warcraft with the free to play aspect. I basically have the ability to play all the way through the other expansions because I got the expansions.
Yes.
So I can still play through those.
Which is good. But on the other hand, as soon as you're done getting up to level 20, that's it.
They'll ask you if you want to play. Or you can make a character, get that character to level 9, which is known as a twink, or level 19, which is a twink, and then make another level 20 character. Or make another character and bring that up to 19, and you can do that until you have 10 characters in your slot. In your character slot.
Correct.
And if you don't, and that's just if you want to find out how other characters work. Certain characters will be locked because, well,
You have to pay for them.
Well, you have to have a subscription fee to
Play them.
well, to play the game, to battle on it. But the two classes I'm referring to are Demon Hunter and Death Knight.
Ah.
Those classes have a subscription with